I never saw my upstairs neighbor until the night he knocked on my door from the wrong side of it. When I first moved into the old brick apartment on Harper Avenue, the landlord told me the top floor was mostly storage. But every night around 2 a.m., I'd hear footsteps pacing directly above my ceiling. Slow, steady, deliberate. At first I told myself it was pipes or maybe raccoons. But then I started hearing other things. Dragging sounds, whispered voices. A soft tapping, like someone knocking, from inside the walls. I recorded it once. When I played it back, the sound wasn't footsteps at all. It was breathing. I was working from home those days, teaching online courses. Long nights, empty apartment, bad lighting, the kind of setup where your own reflection feels like a stranger. The noises grew worse. I'd hear them closer now, right above my bedroom. Sometimes, the ceiling dust would drift down, as if someone were dragging furniture across bare wood. I asked the landlord again. "Who stays upstairs?" He frowned. "No one's rented that floor in years. Power's cut off up there." "Then who's making the noise?" I pressed. He shrugged. "Old buildings make old sounds, son." But his eyes said something else, like he knew exactly what I was hearing and didn't want to talk about it. A week later, I was asleep when something woke me. A soft thud, like a heavy box dropped above me. Then came the footsteps. One pair. Then another. Moving fast. I sat up, heart racing. The ceiling light flickered, and I swear I heard muffled voices. A man and a woman. I grabbed my phone, opened the voice recorder, and crept toward the ceiling corner where the sound was loudest. Then I heard it, clear as day, a knock. 3 slow knocks, right above my head. The next morning, I decided I'd had enough. I borrowed the building's master key from the landlord's office, said I needed to check a water leak. He hesitated, then handed it over like he wanted to be rid of it. The top floor smelled like dust and old wood. Dim light came through cracked windows. It looked abandoned, boxes stacked, plastic sheets covering broken furniture. And yet, I could feel it. Someone had been there. Recently. There were footprints in the dust. Bare feet. Small ones. I walked to the far end of the hall and saw a door slightly open. Inside was a small studio, same layout as mine but emptier. On the floor next to an old heater lay a cell phone, still on. Its screen showed a voice memo file named "He's Here." I pressed play. A woman's voice whispered, "Whoever you are, please stop coming upstairs. He doesn't like it when people come up here." Then came the same breathing sound I'd recorded days earlier, followed by a scream and the sound of running. The recording cut off. That's when the floor creaked behind me. I spun around, and there, standing in the doorway, was a man. Tall, pale, wearing what looked like an old work shirt, sleeves rolled up, hands trembling. "You're not supposed to be here," he said softly. I live downstairs," I stammered. "I keep hearing noises." He shook his head, cutting me off. "It's not me." "What isn't?" "The noise," he said, voice breaking. "She makes it when she's angry." He pointed to the wall behind me. I turned, and there, faintly scratched into the plaster, were words. "Help me. Room 5B. But there was no room 5B on that floor. When I turned back to ask him what he meant, he was gone. I ran downstairs, heart pounding, and called the landlord. Told him everything. He was silent for a long time. Then he said, "You said he talked to you?" "Yes." "Tall guy. Work shirt." He said, "That's impossible," the landlord whispered. "The last tenant upstairs, the man you described, he killed himself 15 years ago. His name was Arthur Vale." I froze. He had a wife, didn't he?" I asked. "Yes," the landlord said. "Claire Vale. They lived in 5B before it was sealed off. She disappeared the night before he died. That night, I didn't sleep. I replayed the voice memo from the found phone. the woman's voice. Then I noticed something I hadn't before. After she whispered, "He doesn't like it," she said one more line, barely audible under the static. She said, "If you hear this, get out of his apartment." I looked around my room and suddenly it all made sense. The matching layout, the same creaks, the same faint stains in the wall. My unit wasn't below theirs. It was theirs. The numbering must have been changed when the landlord sealed the floor. And if that was true, if this had once been room 5B, then I'd been hearing them all along. Not from above, from beneath.